Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James and it's time for another installment. Here we go. In this one we're going to be going over the forced loss if they move the f-pawn. Let's go and take a look at this really cool and nice refutation. We start with e4, e5, and this is really just theory. I've used this quite a bit a few times, especially for the forced lines for checkmate. And here we go ahead and play the standard move of knight to f3 to attack the e5 pawn. And by no means is this a forced loss if they don't move the f-pawn, because, well, there's so many good moves here. Knight c6, d6, I mean, yeah, you can do a lot of different things here. With that being said, this is if they play pawn to f6, which is apparently Damiano's defense. And here is the forced loss, or at least getting you into a forced winning position. What do I mean? Well, it's white to move and win already. What do you play? Hopefully push pause and try to look at it for a second. Here it's all about this weak diagonal. And here, surprisingly enough, you just take on e5 here. Well, if they don't take back, they're just losing. So f takes on e5. Mind you, some people will look about playing queen to e7 here. And even then, white's just much better. Because, well, if you have to bring your queen out too early, we know as one of the Sigma rules, you're just going to be better. Use your little pieces to attack the queen. And here's just a little line right here. Knight just goes back. Queen takes on e4 check. Bishop e2. Knight c6, castles, and here again, white's just up like a +3 here. Rook e1's coming in, knight c3. Again, this king's just stuck in the center here. So back to the game. After f6, we get to play that beautiful knight takes on e5 exclam. Pawn takes, and then here, like I said, it's a forced win in every line. What do you play here? Here, queen to h5 check. It's all about this open diagonal right here. And here, well, there's only two lines that can get played. Both are going to be losing, although one of them is much worse than the other one. Here, a lot of people are going to end up playing king to e7. And with that being said, the other line is g6. But what do you play here? Simple chess. Queen takes on e5 check, just forking the king and the rook. And you're just going to be up an extra rook in this line. Or at least up the exchange and the pawn. So here is a very, very easy position here. So a lot of people trying not to lose their rook are going to go ahead and play king to e7, and now this is a forced loss and even forced checkmate if they don't play correctly here. Here, we're going to go ahead and take on e5 again here. Here you see that, well, the king really has nowhere good to move to. And, well, the king is going to go ahead and run to f7. Remember, do not move the same piece twice. Always try to bring in more pieces to help out with the attack. What do you play here? Simple chess. Here we go, bishop to c4 check. The king is forced to g6, and now is forced checkmate in 11 moves. If your opponent plays the best move here after bishop c4 check, they should play pawn to d5. And again, we're just winning in these lines too. They have to do this because they need to stop the checkmating idea, which queen to f5. And here, well, we'll just go ahead and take on d5 check. King g6, and again, the idea for this queen f5 check is very strong. So here you can even look about bishop takes on b7 in these lines. Here it's done a little bit better. It goes h4. Black will play h6 to have the escape square. And now you get the move bishop takes on b7. And you can't take on b7 or else of checkmate. All right, back to the game. Here, bishop c4 check. King goes to g6. And again, we want to play the queen to f5 check. This is important because we want to force the king over to the dark squares. Why is that? Remember, always be thinking about the next piece to add in. So here we play queen f5 check, king h6. If you can, go ahead and push pause. What's the best move here? All right, hopefully you push pause and try to figure this one out. Remember, keep adding pieces in. This is a tricky move if you're not into bringing in more pieces. And so what was the idea? To bring in the dark square bishop. And here some people will play pawn to d3. Not a bad move, but remember, try to bring in with controlling the center here. Here, pawn to d4 check. And here, well, there's only one good defense. Black has to block with the pawn. Pawn to g5. And here, we're going to add the rook into the game. What do you play? Pin it and win it. Here we go. Pawn to h4. And here, I mean, this could go on for quite a bit longer, but we'll go ahead and end it because, well, this is just lost. At this point, black is just going to start sacrificing pieces here. There's nothing good to do. We're going to go ahead and say black just plays bishop to e7. And now we have a simple checkmate in 2 moves. What do you play here? All right, here we go. White to move a checkmate in 2. H takes g5 double check. King cannot take, of course, because the queen and the bishop defend. Rook's attacking. King has to run back to g7. And now checkmate in 1. What do you play here? Simple chess. Queen goes to f7 for check and mate. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Remember, this is the refutation or how to win force if they move the f-pawn. We'll see you in the next video.